An adjustment that we made in the step-ins today was at the beginning. We're looking for whipping. We're looking for whipping in the wine. We're looking for whipping in the step-in and finding big whoosh on the first catch. The problem that I ended up started to create was my pattern. So my pattern would be the first two steps, boom, boom. I would wait for the ball to then connect with me when the ball went out left. And then I would, as the ball went out left, I would take my third step and then it would carry me to my catch. But the way this is set, that would be set up, and the way that that thought process was get it going on the first few steps, be patient, and then re-get it at the catch. Okay, so it's artificial. It's not something that can be put into the wine. You could, but it's unraveling. It's raveled, unraveled to try to catch up and ravel again. It's not possible, efficiently anyway. So what we did today was we drug the ball into the step-in, and we made this adjustment on the step-in the majority of the way, which worked out fairly okay. So this is but it's not cutting off the left axis or anything like that. It's allowing the ball to then travel. It's approaching the line, but it's not approaching the line fully, as to lose our connection, lose our tension. So what ends up happening is you have to get the single support and you stay there. You don't try to rush to the catch or anything like that. The ball, as long as you have tense arms, that's something else for discussion, I suppose, is this idea of relaxed arms. It doesn't make sense because it doesn't make sense unless the path is correct. It makes sense for like people that have been doing it for a good amount of time, because they have adapted to their physical abilities and they are constantly toiling with other aspects of it, but they don't have to worry about their winds. When they don't have to worry about things, you don't have to be tense and put them into place on your own, on purpose. They will be in place anyway. So I don't know what that means, or I don't know what that is, so I have to physically put the ball where I need to in order to get the same idea in the winds as in the step-ins. So I've completely changed that. Not stiff arms, but long arms and voluntary extension arms kind of stuff. Going back to that stuff. And then keeping it when I get into single support, because as soon as I think about getting the single support, I let off. I let go of that tension. And I'm not trying to let go of tension. I'm just trying to keep it. And so that is what will carry me to the catch. So the adjustment was on the step-ins. After we got done, I took out my 4K to play around with it a little bit. And it's hard with the 4K. It's just hard because there's nothing there. So you have to make it. I didn't have any of this stuff beforehand, so it was out of context. So now we have this different idea of letting the left side marinate, be patient, hang, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. So now it's more trust of allowing the ball to get over right and take me to my catch. So one thing I am proud of is that, like, none of my catches I can hear. I'm not looking to put my foot down. I'm not looking to stop my foot down. I'm looking for my left side to allow my right side to come down, which has been a big mission for me. But it's feeling a lot better. It made low point and shifting on me a bunch. Not worried about that. Things that I'm not worried about. Low point, not worried about it. Um, Orbit of the ball, not worried about it. Up and down motion, not really worried about that. I already know how to fix that. Just as it's just a maintenance of position, level plane, level hips, all that good stuff. But the only thing that I am worried about is the wind. And name your cliche. That's just the hardest fucking part for me, anyway. The hardest fucking part. And so today I forced myself to do something a little bit different in the wind, and it ended up feeling halfway not shitty. But the timing is going to be much different. Well, not different. It's just going to be super early, which I'm not worried about. But it makes sense now. What makes sense is that my ball drifts over to left side. The low point drifts over left side because that's exactly what happens. Is that I pass it off the left side, and that passive motion carries over to the catch, and there's nothing there. Instead of keeping it on my right hip and then staying patient over left side, when I get into single support, get the catch and start finding whip again. I've done this before. I've done this before with my half wire 20s. I've done this before with my half wires in general. So it's something that's not foreign. But the thing that is foreign is single support is massively foreign. But we've been practicing that for a long time now, so that's not what I'm really worried about. It's always going to be the transition from step-ins to the winds. That's always going to be the problem, and I'm not really worried about that. It's just the beginning of it, but I think the light balls are really going to be beneficial. They are beneficial. They're massively beneficial. Overall good day. Okay, so the pattern is, once I get to catch, is get the heel down first, then work direction, and then go into split. But the problem is that it's not 1, 2, 3. I don't want it in segments. I don't want it anywhere like that. It's just more of a, okay, you have tension from the first 3 steps in the step in. Let it carry you to the catch. So ride it all the way to the catch, ride single support all the way to the catch, and then from there, heel, direction to split, and then hang. So heel, direction, split, hang, heel, direction, split, hang, heel, direction, split, hang from the catch. That's the process. So don't skip those things. And it's not so much exaggerate the direction as it is making it all together, but make sure that we're not staying in single or double support too long. I honestly don't even worry about being in single support too long. I don't even think that's, yeah, you do have to worry about it, sort of, but that's not where our emphasis is. Just because I want it more reactive. With the hammers that are heavy, I that's where my wheelhouse is slow. But when we get to lighter balls, the process happens faster. It's just earlier. Everything that is the process happens earlier. So it's something that's really different. Finding tension with the heavies is easy because the weight automatically puts the tension there. But with the light hammers, I have to make adjustments, and so that makes it much more. It makes a lot of sense now. And now what's awesome is that based on the step-ins with the 4Ks and the 60, or it's just primarily the 4Ks, just from yesterday to today, the step-in has changed. Step-ins changed, which will then really, I think this is really going to take the entrance into another level, which I'm really excited for. So the rhythm of the step-in is what was big today, and then the process of from the catch to the heel to direction to split to hang. from the catch to the heel to the direction to the split to the hang. And that's all it is. So the first 2 turns, all the work is done, and then you get into your reactive turns, and it's easy. So up and down motion, it's relevant. It's very relevant, but it isn't so relevant. All the cue is just, okay, we just over counter, we stood up or whatever it is, just hold that position, stay tight, and you don't have to do anything. Just stick with that pattern of catch, heel, direction, split, hang. And that's the throw. That's the throw. So, and then also practice extension, voluntary extension, having connection or an extension through the entire throw. And then when you get into single support, don't fucking lose it. Don't lose tension out on single support. We're looking for more tension out in single support. So whenever somebody talks about counter, it makes no sense. From their perspective of it, it's from one aspect of the turn and in single support or whatever it is. I mean, there's 360 degrees in the turn, and they're talking about countering at 1 degree of those 360 degrees. So they have lost 359 degrees of counter. So the counter is the entire throw. There is no getting away from that. The counter is, I mean, that's lazy man's sport, lazy man's throw, whatever it is. Just get against it and stay against it. And then practice patience. So overall, awesome practice.